So this is my absolute favorite topic, and it does kind of coincide with Mental Health Awareness Month. So, toddlers and tantrums. Again, it is my favorite topic to talk about as a pediatrician, but not as a parent. It was a nightmare. Okay, so first off, let's say you have a wonderful infant who has now become an 18-month-old. And a lot of times when I'm going through my well checks and I'm talking to my parents, I ask them, how do they react when they hear the word no? And everyone goes, oh, they don't listen. I'll tell them no, and then they start pouting, or they start stomping around, or they get angry, or they start crying. This is all normal. This is completely normal. It is part of what their development is. But now let's go further. Okay. So let's fast forward to about 2 years of age. That same no may become, if it hasn't already at 18 months, a full-on tantrum. Kicking, screaming, pouting. Some kids actually just get up, they'll, slam the door or do what have you. There are all sorts of behaviors that your kids have with tantrums. But the thing is, you have to realize that your child's behavior is unique to your child. It does not mean that there is something behaviorally wrong with them, that they have an issue. This is a normal milestone. Okay, so the other thing that you have to realize is it is not a reflection of your parenting, right? You have to realize that this is going to happen regardless, and you want it to happen. Why? To me, tantrums are a way for kids to have a pop-off valve for their emotions. It is hard enough being a toddler, right? Again, as adults, we're like, well, we're going through real world problems. We know what we're doing and da-da-da. No one wants to be a toddler. You know that. You're learning new things. Things can be overwhelming, and kids get overwhelmed. And they're learning. They're constantly learning all the time, looking at cues and maybe not being able to react to cues. It can get overwhelming, right? So what do? You have a tantrum. And quite frankly, it's like a pop-off valve. It's just, wah! You're kicking, screaming, moving around, getting all that energy out that you have pent up. And then what? Have you ever seen a child after a tantrum? They're nice and calm. They're running around, doing everything in good spirits, kind of looking around like what just happened. So that's the next thing. If they do have a tantrum, don't shame them about it. Just keep moving on. All right, now on to the next thing, because they're already on to the next thing and looking and learning about whatever comes next. Now, if you are out in public, because this is the horror movie scenario, and your child has a tantrum, what do? Well, one, and this is also what you can do at home. You have to give them space, make sure there's nothing that's going to fall on them or anything. And you want to give them a little bit of a radius. I would say 3 to 5 feet, right? So you're kind of close. You're not too far away just in case anything happens. And then you also don't want to make eye contact. Now, this is hard. If you're at a store, your child's going out and they're full on out and doing the backstroke and all this stuff, let them do it. You have a little bit of a radius, you're looking at them, but you don't want to directly look at them, right? So maybe you turn to the side, right? You see them out of your peripheral vision so that if they decide to look up, you're not looking at them, but you know that they are safe, right? All right, you do want to also take deep breaths, and you don't want to yell at your child because they're at a 10. You yelling at them only makes it worse. It's literally like striking a match and then dropping it on nitroglycerin. Don't do it. You don't want it. No one wants it. Your kid doesn't want it. It's not going to work. Instead, what you want to do is speak in nice, calm, soft tones. You want the quiet to almost swallow up all that anger and that noise. Just have it. It's almost like a black hole. Just have it suck it up. And then on top of that, you don't need to reason with them. Just be quiet. You can just say only a few things like, all right, let's calm down. Are you feeling better? Then leave it. Silence is golden during this time. This is another challenge, though. If you are out in public, you know as a parent, you're going to be sitting there going, oh my gosh, everyone's looking at me. Everybody thinks this is about me and my parenting. Don't make it about you. It's not about you. And if anyone tries to make it about you, you can turn to them and ask them what it was like when their child had a tantrum. And if they said that their children never had tantrums, they're not being truthful. And I'm going to be honest, they're just not. If there's that one person, I know you're going to troll me and say, like, my children never had tantrums, good for your children. I still don't believe it. Because again, this is a natural part of development. Kids are exerting their independence. They're trying to tell you no. They're establishing what they want and need, and kind of setting those boundaries and pushing those boundaries. At the same time, they need that same comfort because they're two, right? So if you're telling them no and they're like, don't touch that, and they're looking at you and doing it over and over again, they're pushing the boundaries. It doesn't mean that they're bad, but it also means as soon as if they're scared or something, they're going to run back to you like, hey, are you going to comfort me? Comfort them. Comfort them. It really helps with that social emotional bonding, and it helps develop your child's sense of identity, okay? So this is important. Now, another caveat to this is if you are thinking about family planning, and yes, I did say it, it is good to wait until they are over this hump. There is nothing more frightening than having a newborn and a toddler. Why? Your toddler's like, look, hey, I'm still going to have my tantrums, and you kind of have to guard for that. And at the same time, if your baby's sleeping, then you have a toddler having a tantrum. It's a full-on party. All right, I'll have more tips and tricks about that certain scenario because I do have a lot of patients who have it. And again, it is something to discuss. For more tips and tricks, please go to our website at www.askpeds.com. You can also follow us on TikTok. And again, you can subscribe to us on YouTube as well. All right, guys, take care. Happy toddlering.